Hey everybody, we're gonna get started in just a minute, so sit tight and grab a pen and paper because I have a feeling you're gonna take a lot of notes tonight. So get ready to get started. I'm gonna text and see if you guys can see me. Right now it says 0 viewers, so let's see. All right, I just posted on the invite. So hopefully this is the right link. This is the first time I've set up the links. Let's make sure they're the same. YouTube page. Oh, I have a viewer. So it looks like it is the right link. Okay, cool. So let me go ahead and stop that. Okay. Perfect. You can see and hear me. All right, so let's go ahead and just get this started right away. I have a lot to go over with you. So tonight we're going to talk about coach basics and how to get your coaches started right. So I'm really excited. Get ready to take lots of notes and let's just get right to it. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. Here we go. All right, so let's go ahead, and I'm calling this actually Set Your Team Up for Success because that's what Coach Basics is all about. So tonight we're going to cover the purpose of running a Coach Basics group, when you should actually start running this type of group, and then I'm going to tell you exactly how I run Ignited Nations Coach Basics group, which we call Fuel Your Fire. And then I'll teach you the topics to cover in your Coach Basics, and then of course some additional tips and resources to help you out. All right, so the purpose of these groups is to really help your coaches see success right away. After being in this business for almost 4 years now, coaches, when they see the success right away, they're more likely to stay engaged, stay involved, and keep growing. And so you want to get that momentum built up right off the bat. We also want to help them earn Success Club their first month. That is my goal. I want all my coaches to earn Success Club or at least have some points on the board their first month so they really can start to see what this is all about. And then, of course, you want to help them reach Emerald, by the end of their second month. For me, it did take me 3 months to become an Emerald coach because I didn't realize how easy it was. And so once I realized all I needed to do was sign up 2 people, then I was good to go. Okay, everyone can see me. Sorry, I had to check. So getting to Emerald right away in Success Club, those are your first goals for your coaches. And then, of course, we want to teach coaches how to do the daily activity and run their own challenge groups. We really want for success right away with that. And I want you to know that you can call your training group whatever you want. You can call it Coach Basics, Apprenticeship, Rock the Basics, Internship. Like I said, mine's called Fuel Your Fire. You can really be creative with this. So this is huge. A lot of times people don't know when to create this type of group. So I'm going to give you my opinion on this, take it as it is, but if you're a new coach right now watching this, I want you to take notes for later. So be taking notes for when you're ready to run your own group, you'll have this. And also make sure that you've done these activities and you understand all these topics yourself. Then if you're a coach who has about 1 to 15 personally sponsored coaches, I really recommend staying plugged into your coach's system unless they don't have one. So I really want to go over this because I spent a lot of time in the beginning. I was so excited once I had coaches and a team building systems that over the years have changed a lot. But my coach in the beginning didn't have a system. You know, she did push groups with us, but she didn't have a getting coaches started system in place. She knew what she was doing, obviously. She's amazing, but she didn't have one. So I wanted to have something to give my coaches. So I actually created a 30-day video series before Coach Basics was released from corporate, which was kind of funny. But I do recommend waiting on this because if you have 1 to 15 coaches, you know, only 2 of them, 2 or 3 are going to be business builders right off the bat. You know, some might grow the business a little slower, but overall, you know, like if you have 10 coaches, 1 of them's a rock star, a couple of them, 2 or 3 of them are, you know, working the business a little bit. Some of them fall off and some of them are just discount coaches. That's how it is. So if you have less than 15 people, I do recommend staying plugged into your coaches system unless, like I said, they don't have one. And one of my diamond coaches also talked about this because she did the same thing. She spent too much time building a system but didn't have the numbers for it. So I just want to stress that to stay with your coaches until you're ready to run on your own. But if you do have about 15 to 20 coaches or more, you're going to want to create your own system. And you can use what your coach has. I'm not saying you can't, but you're going to want your own system for your coaches. And so I really want to add in here, no matter where you're at, 80% of your time should be spent recruiting. That's how these top coaches, if you hear the numbers on the wake-up calls, or if you go in the back office, you can see how many people they recruit. I think Amy Silverman 1 month recruited 60 coaches. So you want to spend most of your time recruiting coaches. So just an overview of this. New coaches, just take notes. You can use it later. And then if you have 15 or less, stay plugged into your system your coach has. And more than that, then you're going to start running this type of training. So let's talk about how to run a group. It's same like a challenge group. The first thing is to pick a start date. You know, I start the first Monday of every month and I run these monthly. So my team knows that it's always going to start up that first Monday and they can invite people to join in. Then I want you to choose the length of your group. So Coach Basics in the back office is 60 days. I think that is kind of long. So we condensed it to 21 days. Just like the 21-day fix, we found that seems to be the magic number. 30 days is good. But you can pick. You can make it 60 days if you want. It's really up to you, but choose the length of the group. Then you're going to want to set up some prerequisites to get into the group and things that they should have done already. So I have this as a little file in my group. I call it the prerequisites. And it's just basically a little checklist saying you're going to start with the 7-day quick start guide. You're going to do your getting started right call. And then Christina and I have a 14-day video series that we get our coaches started on right away. So yes, some of the 14-day video series overlaps with my Coach Basics, but that's okay because a lot of times when you're a new coach and so much is coming at you, it's okay to have things repeat. So that's what I like them to do before we get started with everything. And so I actually set up the group the end of the previous month and I put this file in there so they can get working on it right away. So if you do have coaches that you sign up, you know, while your current group is going, you still have something to plug them into for the next month. So does that make sense? So then I give them a prep week. So these are just suggestions, but I like to use Christine Dwyer's webinar that she put together for new coaches. I think she does a great job explaining our websites, explaining Emerald and Success Club. And so I think that that's great for them to watch. Then I give them an assignment to create a vision board and to start dreaming big. And so I, have one on YouTube. You can just search Allison Blaker vision board, pick monkey, and it'll pop up. And I have my coaches watch that and start to really dream big again. Because a lot of times in this business, we're so stuck in our ways and we aren't dreaming anymore. So I like to get them starting to think about what this can really do for them. Then I found a really great webinar that Katie Hefner did. It's on her YouTube on branding. And so if we have time in our pre-prep week, I put that one in there as well, just so they can start to think about who they are as a person and what their brand's going to be about. And then I have them finish that list of prerequisites. You know, if they haven't done their call yet or the quick start guide, I do want them to get that done. And the last thing that I add, this is a huge one. So I do include this type of coach video in my welcome email because I want to know what type of coaches are in the group. So I have them all and I open it up to my whole downline who's in there. So I want to know where they're at. So are they a 1? Are they a discount coach? Are they a 2, you know, someone who's a referral coach kind of working the business? Or are they a 3, a business builder? And the reason I want to know this for our group is so that I know if they're not checking in on their homework every day and that kind of thing, and they tell me they're a 2, I'm not that concerned because, you know, they're saying that they're not a big business builder. But if they say, I'm a 3, I want to run with this thing, I'm going to be on them a little bit harder and make sure that they're getting everything done. And if they're a discount coach, I don't really expect them to post in our group. It's just kind of, it's there for them to learn the information. But if they don't really want to do anything with the business end, that's totally fine too. So then you need to choose your post schedule. So I personally do daily videos. I know my coach and I used to do a weekly webinar, and then I'd have them check in daily with their activity. So you can really choose how you want to run your group, how frequently you want to be posting. And then I wrote how to do it. So I was talking to one of my coaches about this today, and I do post live. So I set an alarm in my phone that says fuel your fire. It goes off at 9 a.m. every day. So I know that I need to post into the page. And now I do have all my posts typed up already in a file, so I just copy and paste them. But that's how I do it. I do it live. And you can choose if you want to use something to schedule it, but I like to do it live, so I'm in there and checking on everything. And then another suggestion is to host weekly calls just for your new coach group. So I've done it with them and without, because I know some months it's just hard coordinating schedules. And if you can't get a lot of people on it, it's tricky. You know, my last call, I only had 2 coaches on it, but those are 2 business builders and they were there and ready to go, and I recorded it. So it's up to you if you also want to add weekly calls. I do think it helps because you get to see them and they get to know you and they can ask you more questions and you can answer some of the things that everybody has the same question too. So now let's talk about check-in systems. So I'm going to give you different options because, like I said, I want you to take this and make it your own and see what works for you. So what I do is I have them comment on my post. So I'm going to share those with you in a little bit here. But basically, you know, for my first day, I say I want to see your list of 100 names. You can cover it with your hand, but take a picture or screenshot and comment below with a picture of it. So that's what I do. I have them comment on my posts. You can also have them post a picture of their tracker. So once a week, you know, or if you want to do it daily, you can say, all I want you to do in my group is post a picture of your tracker every Sunday night or Monday morning. Another thing you can do is create a spreadsheet in Google Docs. So this is a little trickier, and I'm doing this with my current group, but it helps them see what days they've missed. So I create the Google spreadsheet, and then I actually put it in the files and say, this is, you know, I did a video, this is how you use this, and you go in here and you put an X on the days that you've done so you know what you need to catch up on. So that's what I've done as well. So there's different ways you can check in with your coaches, but you do want to do one of these or all 3 of these or something to hold them accountable. Because just like a fitness challenge, it's the same thing. We want to hold them accountable with growing their business. But always remember, keep it simple. That's something I struggle with, so I just want to put it out there for you. You know, keep it simple. So I did a cover photo here where you can see I want you daily checking in the group page, liking the post or commenting on it, posting your activity, and then you get on the weekly training webinars. And then I have that checklist to get started right, just a reminder of those things like I mentioned that they need to get done before we get started. So now let's get into the meat of it. So what do we actually cover? So in week 1, The first thing, like I said, is I want to see their list. A lot of times, I don't remember who taught me it. Maybe it was Eric Worre, but they said a lot of people never even write down their list. And if any of you are watching this right now and you've never written down your Mac Daddy list or put it in a spreadsheet, then you need to hop off this and do this right away. You need to have that list written down, and you want your coaches to learn how to do this right away. So that's the first video that I share with them, is how to create that list, and I share how to do it in Google Drive. The next thing I'm going to share with them is how to add to your network. I want them to start adding to their network right away on social media or in person, because as we know, if you don't add to your network, you're always talking to the same people. So you want to keep growing your network every single day, adding those 3 people. So I show them different ways to do that. Then I go into how to start conversations, because a lot of times people don't know what to say. They freeze up. So I let them know you can just say, hey, how's it going? I thought of you, or I saw you on this page, or just how to start those conversations. Then we have a video on the importance of personal development. So I included this book, The Magic by Rhonda Byrne. She also wrote The Secret, because this book was a game changer for my life. It's about gratitude, and it's just really amazing. So if you haven't read it yet, I recommend it. But I talked to them in the video about personal development, some suggestions, and how it's really impacted, my life. Then from there, I go into focus time, and I talk about setting those business hours. So I want them to know that this is a business and they need to set aside that schedule. Then the next day, I give them an assignment to do a mini Facebook announcement. So this is just saying, letting their Facebook and social media know, hey, I'm doing this new fitness journey, so I just want to give you a heads up. You're going to be seeing some motivational pictures from me and some workout pictures, and I'd love for your support along the way. You don't even have to say you're a coach in this. It's just a mini announcement, kind of giving them a heads up on what's going on. And then I give them a catch-up day. So Sundays are always just, today's a day to catch up, watch any videos you haven't gotten around to. And in this first video, I remind them not to compare themselves to other people, because as we know in this business, we're all at different places. Some coaches who started 4 years ago with me are way, making more money or have a bigger team because they put in more time in the beginning. I didn't really do a ton my first year and a half. Some coaches started at the same time as me and are still discount coaches. Everyone's different, so don't compare yourself to other people. So I like to remind my coaches that as we go along on this, that this is their journey, their business, their life. So now we go into week 2. So in week 2, I like to cover being a product of the product. We all know we have to be a product of the product. And hopefully you listened to the National Wake Up Call today that talked about Shakeology. She did an amazing job explaining why it's so important. And I think we all need to be doing that. We have to be products of the products to be successful in this business, because you have to, if you are not currently drinking Shakeology every day because it's too expensive or because whatever your excuse is, do you really think that people you talk to are going to buy Shakeology if you don't even find the value in it? I don't think so. So we just have to be a product of the product. We have to give honest feedback. If you don't like something, you have to tell them. I don't love greenberry. I tell people that, So you need to try the products out and be giving your honest feedback. So I teach them that. Then, of course, I teach form. We've gone over this a million times, but talking about family, occupation, recreation, and message. And if you've done Shalene's Courageous Confidence Club, she has a list of questions that I printed off and I have it on my bulletin board. So if I ever run out of things to ask, I can just look at that as well. So make a list of questions that you can ask people. Then we get into how to invite. So how do you invite to challenges? How do you invite to free challenges? And so I cover that in a video. Then we go over the weekly tracker and the power of 3s. So by now, they've started adding people, talking to people, inviting people. So I want them to learn right off the bat how to write it down, how to track it. I have a weekly tracker I use, or I use the power of 3s. I mix it up on what's best for them. So I want them to just to know they need to start writing things down, because you can't keep all this in your head. Then, of course, we talk about how to follow up. When you follow up, you don't have to be, like people say, you don't have to be a salesman, slimy person when you follow up with people. You just need to follow up and say hi. So if I was talking to someone on Friday about ordering the fix and I didn't see their order go through over the weekend, on Monday, today, I'm going to say, hey, how was your weekend? I'm just going to talk to them. I'm not just going to say, hey, I didn't see your order go through. Connect with them first, and then you can bring it up and say, hey, I'm still holding this spot for you. Were you interested, or should I check back with you another month? But really connecting with the person first. Then we do a video on go for no. As we know, no means not right now. And I think the more no's we go for, the more confident people get in asking. So once a month or every other month, I do a go for no challenge with my team. I saw Melanie Mitro had done this on her Facebook page over the holidays. And so I just was like, I'm going to try this too. So I made a little chart. I just Googled it. And I told my team, the first person who can turn in 100 no's to me gets a prize. And so I've actually haven't had anyone turn in forms yet. I need the forms, guys. But no, in all seriousness, the people that have been doing it and are doing these go for no challenges are getting Success Club. They're signing coaches because they're just going for it, and they're building that confidence as they go for the 100 no's. So I like to teach that to my team as well. And then on our Sunday rest day from work, I do want to talk about success partners and the importance of having one. So finding one in our group page or another team page, but just someone to check in with weekly or monthly or however you want your check-in schedule to be, just because it helps keep you motivated. We all have ups and downs in this business. It is a roller coaster. And so you need to have success partners to help get you through some of the hard times and also to just bounce ideas off of. So let's get into week 3. I feel like I need to slow down my talking, but I have more to talk about. So week 3, more topics to cover. So of course, how to invite to the business. We all know we have to invite 3 to 5 people to the business every week. So I talk about running my sneak peek groups. I talk about inviting to webinars, and I just, tell them that that's something they have to do, going from customer to coach, just different ways to invite to the business. Then we do a video on telling your story. So really starting to think about where you were before Beachbody and then what has changed and where you're at now, and just sharing that story with other people. So we talk about how to do it. Then we go into ranks and explaining again Emerald and Diamond. And in this, I have them comment below with their Emerald date and their Diamond dates, because I want to see where they're at and where they're setting their goals and what they want to achieve, so I can help them get there. Then of course we cover Success Club. I put in this fun chart of our team last month, but Success Club, the importance of the free customers and of the trips and of Success Club isn't just a number. It's you're helping people. When you achieve Success Club 5, you have helped 3 people that month. When you've achieved Success Club 10, you've helped 5 people that month. So I really want people to put the shift on helping people. If you have a business and you don't reach Success Club, you didn't help anybody. You might have helped yourself stay healthy and fit, but if you really want to help others, you do have to focus on inviting people and asking people. So we go over Success Club. Then we go over actually sharing your story. So I have them, they've learned how to do it. So now I want them to put it out on social media. I want them to put out a video or a long post just sharing their story with where they're at and what Beachbody has done for them and why they signed up. And then of course I do a video on staying plugged in. I want them to get on our team calls. I want them to listen to the wake up call, the Platinum Presenters call, just how they can stay plugged in, getting to live events, Super Saturday, Summit, any of my team events, that kind of thing. And then I do a little video just congratulating them that they did it and that I'm really proud of them, because, it is hard when you're your own business hour to set those hours and to put the work in. So I always want people to know that I appreciate when they put in that hard work. Okay, so I want to give you some more topics to cover and assignment ideas. So I do daily videos and then a weekly assignment. So one of the assignments you can do is a friends and family script. One of my coaches, Sarah, gave me this. I don't know who originated it, but I'll find it and I can share it with you guys. But basically, you're just telling your friends and family, this is what I'm doing. I want some people to test this out and give me their honest feedback. It's pretty much what the script's about. So I say, okay, can you go to 10 people of your friends and family and use this script? I mean, you can reword it a little if you want, but I just give them that option. Then I invite them or tell them to start a free challenge. So I run my free challenges the second Monday of the month, which means they've already been in the group for a week. So at the end of that week one, I say, hey, if you have anybody that you want to invite to our free challenge, here's what I'm saying and what I'm doing, and I recommend that you do the same thing. So I just want them to start inviting right away. And then I do also have them create a video, invite to the sneak peek group. I'm so proud of my new coaches from February. So in February, we talked about our stories. So now in March, this week, we're running a sneak peek, and they've created videos and they've invited people. And so they're already sharing their story and getting people involved in learning about the business. Then another thing I give for assignments is weekly webinars. So pick your favorites. I love Janelle Summers' 10 Core Activities webinar. I love Christina's Building a Business from the Start. There's different webinars. There's a Power Hour one that you can give them as a weekly assignment or a bonus assignment. If you got all your stuff done and you want to watch something this week, this is what you should watch. So you can do that as well. And then, like I said earlier, you can have them post their Power of Threes or their tracker, give prizes out. Just have them once a week post what they did for the week. So now what happens after Coach Basics? So there's different things you can do. There's a Push to Emerald group, but I'm trying to steer away from this because my goal is to get them to Emerald within the 21 days they're in my group. But if you find that you need an extra push, you can do another group just for pushing to Emerald, where I would basically just focus on them doing that activity and inviting to the business, which is the same thing you're going to do with Diamond is Push to Diamond group. Similar to this, but maybe shorter, and giving different webinars and assignments to watch. But really, to grow this business, and I can't say it enough, it's doing the little things that we don't always want to do. It's doing those invites and those adding people. It's fun to make presentations and pictures and write cool posts and design stuff on your phone, but you have to talk to people and invite one-on-one to grow this business. So if you want to get to Diamond, if you need to do a Push to Emerald, you need to focus on that daily activity. Another thing you can do after the Coach Basics is work with people one-on-one. So work with your coaches, have them set up calls with you, or you could do weekly calls, whatever you need to do, but just continue to work with them one-on-one. And I wanted to talk about the 80-20 rule for this as well. 80% of your time should be spent with your leaders and with the people that are putting in the effort. So the coaches who are Earning Success Club, the coaches who are Emerald coaches, or the new coaches who schedule a call with you every week, and when you tell them to do something, they do it, those are the people that are going to get your time. The other people that are just kind of all over the place, you're there for them and they know how to get a hold of you and they know all the trainings and things you're doing, but you need to really focus on those people that are producing the activity, because those people, those rock stars, are producing 80% of your team volume and your activity as well. So just a little note on that. But another thing I wanted to add is use your coach training to promote your business. When you're at a level where you're running these trainings or your coach is running these trainings, use this. I have this opportunity for you to join my training program that is going to help you build this business. Use that as a tool in your toolbox. Another thing you can do after your Coach Basics is autoresponders. I've actually put my coach videos into autoresponder email, so if they want to watch them again, they can subscribe to them. And I have some webinars that come out once a week on an autoresponder. If you use Automatic CEO, they have a Push to Emerald and a Push to Diamond auto email responder that you can use. So, go ahead and get creative with what to do next. But like I said, focus on activity. That's the main thing you want people always doing. Okay. We're getting there. So some additional tips and resources. Check out the Coach Basics in the back office. If you've never read this or looked at it or done it, I recommend that you do. I got all of my topics from Coach Basics and from a brainstorm session I did at Platinum Edge with my team. So go into News and Training, and then Training Library. They just redid the Training Library, so that's where I believe it is now. And you can use exactly Beachbody's Coach Basics and copy and paste the text, or you can do what I did and make it your own. You can create videos from it. You know, I've done it different ways. I ran a Coach Basics group, word for word, copying and pasting everything corporate said in Coach Basics. Then I read one where I made 60 videos based on Coach Basics with the text in the captions. And now, like I said, I've condensed it into 21 days of the things that I feel that they need right off the bat. And so make it your own. You know, you can do what I gave you. You can do what Coach Basics did, or you can add your own flair to it. You can do videos, like I said, posts, contests, have fun with it. So one thing I did, one of my coaches has been on every call that we've done just for the new coach group. She's done every homework assignment. She's like everything I asked her to do, she's done. So I sent her personal development books. You know, you can do little things for your coaches to just keep them engaged. Which leads me to my next point, coach engagement. So this varies with each group. I had a coach message me from a different team about this because they think they have 10 people in their group and like one of them's posting. And that's normal sometimes. It really depends on your group, and you want to reach out to your coaches one-on-one because like challenge groups, a lot of people aren't on Facebook all day long. So maybe they're not posting their homework, but they're watching the video and they're doing the assignment or they're reading the post. So always talk to your coaches one-on-one to see where they're at and what's going on. Or sometimes you have coaches who don't have time during the week. So on the weekends, they just blast through everything you've taught them. So just, you know, be in contact with your coaches, but also know that in the group, like I said, sometimes the engagement's awesome. Everybody's posting and doing the homework, and other months it's like crickets. And just like challenges, I don't know what it is, but some months are just better than others. So that's totally normal. Another thing is think about what you would have wanted to know when you started. So this, I think, is really important, especially if you are a newer coach. Like, what did you learn that you wish you would have known right off the bat? And so you want to share that with your team. When you have your team and your coach group, you just want to share what you wish you would have known right away. I wish I would have known it was easy to get to Emerald. I didn't know that. It took me 3 months. It shouldn't have taken me that long when I signed up my mom and a friend, you know, so things like that. And then don't be afraid to change things if it's not working. So if you are running these groups and you run them for a couple months and nobody's getting to Emerald, nobody's getting Success Club, then you just have to like figure out how to change things or tweak it. And to do that, get feedback from your coaches. Like I said, stay connected with them and see what they're doing. Did they make their list? Have they invited anyone? I mean, we all know the basic things you need to do to grow this business. So see what's not working and then teach on that more and help them out with that. And then get feedback from your coaches. So I have a survey in the video comments from the last day to see like what they liked, what they didn't like, what they knew, what they didn't know. And I like to get feedback from them. All right, that is that, or a minute over. But so homework, power of threes. You know, we're getting to the home stretch here. I think we have till March 25th to advance in rank. So do your power of threes, check in with your success partners still. I would love for you to share in the team page when I post my picture or this video. What is one thing you wish you would have known when you started? So post that on the team page. And then share something that really helped you out as a new coach on our team page. I think that would help everybody. And there's one more thing I was going to say, but I can't think of it now. Oh, and remember the group page is open. So if you want to talk more or get more advice and feedback, we do have like 2 weeks left, a week and a half left. So really use this time to just talk to people and ask your questions now. And then my last slide, eat diamonds for breakfast and shine all day. So I hope this helps. You know, like I said, take this, run with it. I'd love to hear what you're doing with your teams or what's working for you or all that kind of stuff. I love feedback and love hearing from you. So I hope this helped. I hope you have a great night, and I will talk to you all soon. All right, see you later, guys.